Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice.
We encourage you to click on the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Voice of the People TV. Also follow us on all our social media platforms. We are at VOP TV Live. Visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh
in a world where power shapes with every headline.
In a nation full of questions.
In a world filled with noise, the truth needs the voice.
The policies that shapes our world and the economy that determines our future.
Every hour, every day, the grapevine keeps buzzing. And together, we are committed to telling the stories that shape our world because your voice is our focus.
Don't forget, our voice matters the most. Let us come together and share our concerns.
Mr. Ofamiloni, and here's to VOP TV. Keep watching, stay tuned, do not touch that dial.
Arara, my name is Made Kuti and you're watching VOP TV. Keep watching.
Welcome, my name is Zika Davis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, boys, viewers, everybody, boys and girls. This is VOP TV. Do you know what that means? Voice of the People TV. You don't have a voice, don't come here. You better make sure your voice is heard.
Ready for the extraordinary? Something big is happening on your screen. Introducing VOP TV. Now streaming on SLTV channel 264. From breaking news to captivating conversations, news analysis, giving you all sides to the story. We break in-depth discussions on the issues that matter, from politics to sports, entertainment, and lifestyle. VOP TV on SLTV channel 264. Join us as we redefine what television means to you. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV. Now you have more than a voice. In a world where truth is the ultimate power and opinions scream the loudest, it's time to wade through the noise.
Hunger no get tribe! Hunger no get religion!
And scan the human interest and trending topics that matter. Stay tuned to The Issues, your plug to the stories making the buzz, from politics to science and technology, social justice, and more. Let's tackle the tough questions and expose the truth. The Issues on Voice of the People Television. Don't just react, understand.
All right, thank God it's Friday, and I say welcome once again to the locker room on Voice of the People Television. It's the Friday edition, and we'll take a look at the weekend updates as far as football matters is concerned. And don't forget, the January transfer window is open. Club sites in Europe are already doing the business as far as the transfer window is concerned, but definitely the African Cup of Nations will climax this weekend with third place match and the final between the Atlas Lions of Morocco and the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And of course, a lot of Nigerians would have loved it to be the Super Eagles versus the Teranga Lions, but it is what it is. I am Jerry Apeliohai, reporting for Football Duties, and this is where the biggest football stories meet real talk and sharp analysis. Today, we break down Chelle's response to Chukwueze's costly penalty miss against Morocco, the high-stakes Manchester derby, and Carrick facing his first test as Manchester United boss against the City. Plus, we'll dive into the decisions, hot talk, and key moments that could shape Afcon 2025. And of course, joining me in the studio, Fizz and Mayowa, who gets to join us virtually, and they're ready to break it all down. Hafiz, I know we've not really had a conversation since the semi-final loss, but I think what is done is done. It is what it is.
Of course, it is what it is. Good evening, Jerry, and good evening, Nigerians. Good evening to all the viewers out there. And yeah, what a weekend upon us, and of course, Afcon, as well as we have other games. The game of football, the game we love so much, Jogo Bonito. Yes, it is continuing this weekend. We've seen games. We saw from the Serie A where Adrien Rabiot for AC Milan, he led this team. They won 3-1 in a very, very difficult ground, the Senegalia, right there in Como, up against Fabregas' side. And of course, good one for Milan, good one for Inter Milan as well. And yes, talking about the Afcon, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, well, just like you said, it is what it is. It's been done. But if only you have a chance to replay such games, I think Chelle will look back at that one and say, look, I will have done better. I mean, there are times where your tactics will not work, but during the game, you can be pragmatic and, you change it. I mean, it was a case of, how will I put it now, like a vice versa. The way we attacked the Desert Foxes of Algeria was the way the Moroccans attacked us. They were simply the better side, away from all the referee controversy, fans booing, fans taking over the stadium and all of that, the stadium seats. Away from all of that, honestly, if we want to be honest with ourselves, Jerry, the Super Eagles were outclassed on the night. I mean, Victor Osimhen hardly got a sniff. One of the lowest ratings I've seen, a 5 points, it was a 5.5 or a 5.6, Victor Osimhen. I mean, the likes of Akko Adams, who was even the one dropping back, out of the two strikers, was the one dropping down, to come and, get the ball. He couldn't get a sniff. But then, away from all of that, we move on into the, into the third place match against Egypt. When Nigeria gets to the third place match, they don't joke with the bronze. And maybe this time around it has happened again. But then let's see where we can kick on from here. If Eric Chelle will still be in the job, Jerry.
All right, so of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join the conversation via the chat platform. We will be taking your comments as the show progresses. As far as those who are watching us on YouTube, you can also see us on LCL TV channel 264. We are also on Instagram and as well as TikTok at VOP TV Live, and that's how you catch us on all social media platforms. All right, we'll start off with Eric Chelle. It looks like the head coach had a press conference earlier today as regards the third place game, and the head coach of the senior national team, Eric Chelle, has opened up on the penalty that Samuel Chukwueze missed during penalty kicks, where they were beaten 2-4 by Morocco in the semi-final of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. Chukwueze and Bruno Oyemachi missed from the spot during the shootout, but it is the miss from Chukwueze that has drawn the most criticism, owing to the manner which he walked up to the ball and also executed the kick. He has been the target of several online attacks and trolls, with many questioning why he was allowed to be a part of the penalty takers for the team at such a crucial time in a high, intense game. And Chelle, while responding, revealed that the Fulham winger is one of the best penalty takers in the team and said the miss is probably due to the pressure of the game and also the venue. As Samuel Chukwueze, he said that he used to take a lot of penalty kicks, and he believes that he's the best in training. Okay, well, best in training. And
he's not best on the
best on when it matters the most. A lot of people have said a lot of things about Chukwueze's penalty.
Yeah.
And what's your opinion?
Well, Jerry, I would not support racism, cyberbullying. Of course, it's just that as a result of what happened, in this day and age that we are now, that is what you should expect. You should expect backlash after that. For me, could Chukwueze have done better? Very, very well. Yes, he could have, and he should have, in my opinion. I mean, looking at the walk-up to the game, chewing gum and all of that, probably that might be like maybe his own form of, chakra, saying, look, if I do this, this is where I can, channel my chakra and, play the penalty. But, taking that penalty was really, really poor. And for the fact that a certain Stanley Wabali, the goalkeeper, has already made a save from Hamza Gamane's kick. If that had gone in, Jerry, the Moroccans would be the ones to be doing the chasing. The pressure will have, been relieved of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it will pass on to the Moroccan side. But if doing that leveled, the game right there in penalties, and ultimately Bruno Emechi missed. For me, I think Chukwueze maybe should have understood the fact that was why he was brought on. It was brought on very, very late in the game. It wasn't brought in for tactical reasons, or it was brought on solely to take that penalty kick. And for me, I think he could have done better. Yes, all the cyberbullying, all the trolls and all of that, that shouldn't be. The cyberbullying, yes, they will troll him. Of course, they will troll him. But that's this cyberbullying, insulting his personality, insulting his parents and all of that. Jerry, you don't want to see what people wrote on social media about Samuel Chukwueze, to be very, very honest.
Yeah,
you don't want to see it. It's very, very, very sad. But I think it's time for him, to just raise his head up. I mean, we saw what Bukayo Saka and Rashford did,
there was one that was really funny.
Yeah.
I saw him wearing the gown, like a pageantry gown, where, you're supposed to write Miss World, Miss Nigeria.
Don't tell me Miss Penalty.
Miss Penalty.
No.
I think if our producers can bring it up.
You don't, no. Don't,
it was very funny, very funny.
You don't want to make fun of him, right?
We're not making fun of him.
There was this one. People were like, you are the clown of the team, always making fun.
Don't make jokes about others' mistakes and
vibes.
so.
But I mean,
imagine somebody else missed that penalty. Samuel Chukwueze will not let that person do it.
Didn't he say Bassi skied an assist? Imagine that was supposed to be an assist.
Imagine it was another player. How would Samuel Chukwueze react?
But Jerry, that was a very, very poor penalty. I mean, Bono was like, Bono could crawl to that penalty and catch it. It was that poor. It's just like he wanted to pass the ball.
So slow. He virtually passed the ball to him.
It begs the question. I mean, don't you have reliable penalty takers? Are the set piece coaches not doing their jobs enough to know that these are the set of people that should go first? I mean, there was a Moses Simon there. He hasn't played the captain of the side at the time. Ademola Lookman was there. Alex Iwobi was also there. I mean, were you waiting for times like, are you anticipating that everybody will score their penalty and will play like 10 penalties? This is what you should prepare for. It's not every time you will come out and say penalty is a game. I don't want to.
Please, I don't want to see that. Please.
Why? You can't come up and say penalty is a game of luck, is a game of lottery. You train for these things. Yeah. Of course, yes, luck will eventually count. Yes, but then you should train for it. You should know the players that should step up. I mean, but then a good one also for Stanley Wabali, at least for making that save. Yeah. And for him to have that boldness to step up, I think I'll give it to somebody. No. This is
look like a handsome beauty pageant.
This is
and they say anyone who did that is pure evil.
This is evil now. Come on, let's try and encourage him. He's one of our own at the end of the day. I mean, it's not the first that will miss a high-stake penalty. Can you remember? Even this player,
you need to he converted.
We didn't see what Bono was doing. Maybe Bono was even the one trying to put him off. You remember at the World Cup in 2022 when Chouameni went up to take the penalty for France, the way Martinez came, held the ball and gave it back to him. He just hit the ball, he gave it back to him, and Chouameni was like, confidence has already gone. And at the end of the day, Chouameni missed. He was smiling before he took the penalty and he missed. But for me, I think that nonchalance, he went there, he was chewing gum and all of that.
Yeah, I think I was maybe
he could have done better. I think he could have done better. But for the cyberbullying, I won't support that, but he could have done better.
It shouldn't have. That chewing the gum was already annoying. When I saw Samuel Chukwueze,
I just took the ball.
I already knew that he was going to miss it. The minute I saw Samuel Chukwueze and Bruno Yemachi, I was worried.
Bruno. For me, I think Bruno. That was a good kick. That was a good kick.
The thing is that
he didn't study.
You could see
the
that,
fact that
even Bruno Imanchi, there was this fear in him. You could see that he was tensed. There was this tension. Even duration of the game, he was playing under immense pressure.
Jerry, I think all in all, I think the Moroccans were just more prepared than Super Eagles. They knew that this game might go to 120, it might get to penalties, and they were prepared. You know, Bono is actually one of the best goalkeepers in the world, to be honest.
Yeah,
Bono is one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Even in sport kicks, he knows his onions. Is it that he didn't study him enough? You know, you didn't anticipate that the game might go to penalties. I mean, I recall you also said you don't want the game to go to 120. It eventually did.
No, I said so. I said that if that game goes to penalties, I cannot guarantee the Eagles.
Look at the result at the end of the day. I mean, even that Paul Onuachu's penalty was fantastic. Dili Bashiru's penalty was fantastic. Look at Paul Onuachu. He allowed the goalkeeper to move. The post was wide open, and he put it to the other side. I think that's what Bono is. Somebody that moves on the line. He moves very, he shakes off himself. He moves. I think Bono should have studied that and put it at the other side. But then, Jerry, it is what it is.
Anyway, talking about Eric Chelle, he went further to say he has plans on of bringing in new players to the Super Eagles if he's allowed by the Nigerian Football Federation to remain as the coach of the team. And he says, and I quote, "If God gives me the chance to be the coach after the Afcon, I would love to bring in more players in the team." It looks like the man is not sure. He's not certain.
Yeah, there's nothing certain with the NFF. Jerry, you and I know that one. We don't know because we're discussing where I was saying that even if this man is staying, what's the guarantee that he will not lose a couple of games? I know Nigerians that are praising him now will turn on him then and will force the hand of the NFF to fire him and let him go. So for me, I think Maiwa also mentioned something. I think I will go down Maiwa's path. If there's a team, if possible, if Nigeria, if you go on in this top place game to wall up the Egyptians, and they look like, hey, Osama San, you might not be the man to lead us to the World Cup, or Ivory Coast too. Like their coach might not be the one to lead them to the World Cup. They might be seeing Eric Chelle and saying, look, why not? Let's take you. We saw your performances at the Afcon. We are going to triple your salary. If I'm Eric Chelle, I think I'm taking that because instead of trying to settle with an NFF that is they've proven themselves to be highly incompetent in terms of paying, the players their due fees. If you want to be sticking with, such a body, I don't think you are making the right decision. So to be honest, I think it's down to the NFF now to try and let him know that, look, this is what we are owing you. Take this one. This is what we are going to be paying you. You take this one also in advance to know that we are serious about you. I think they have to express their seriousness about Eric Chelle now because, trust me, this man, they put him in the line of fire in the qualifiers. Yes, he didn't achieve it ultimately, but I'm sure Nigerians are still impressed by what he did. And this man, over 90 and 120 minutes, he hasn't lost the game for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So please, we should give it to this man. But if he sees a better offer, Jerry, I'm telling you now that he should just make the decision and leave.
All right, you're already telling him to leave. He should make the decision and leave.
It is what it is.
Okay, and if our producers are ready with the presser, because he has already made a lot of comments. He said a lot of things. I would have loved our viewers to have a feel of Coach Eric Chelle, and the players were also seen having their workout ahead of their game tomorrow on Saturday against the Pharaohs of Egypt.
Yeah.
Anyway, the NFF has already spoken. The future of the Eric Chelle as the head coach of the national team has been made by the Nigerian Football Federation according to a chieftain of the football body. Chelle was handed a mandate to get the team to the final of the Afcon, but the team failed to meet it after crashing out in the semi-final following a 2-4 loss on penalties to the host Morocco. And after both teams remained locked at 0-0 after extra time. And the future of Eric Chelle as the head coach of the team has been made of the Nigerian Football Federation according to a chieftain of the football body. But if they've made a decision, they say they are going to also forward their decision to the National Sports Commission. Okay, let's take a peek of Eric Chelle, what he said in that presser. Then we'll talk about the NFF saying that they're going to forward their decision to the National Sports Commission. That means they are not the ones to decide.
Absolutely. I mean, let's take a look at this one on NFF.
How good you are. So, what's the future for you? Did you think about it yet, or?
Thank you. Just think.
That's my future. Now, I don't know. my new job. I know something. I'm the coach of Nigeria. And maybe 2 days, a president would tell me, it's finished for you, or maybe you have to watch it. So I don't know. I'll try to analyze this game, this Afcon. We have last game against Egypt. I'm too bad of my players, but I'm disappointed for them because the reality, we were maybe the best team maybe that are in this Afcon. So we have to go out. So now this is the question of my situation now. The Afcon is not finished. We have to stay focused on the third game. And we have to win this game.
Would you like to continue as coach of the Super Eagles?
Like I said during the press conference, I said I am a fan of the Super Eagles team, the national team during many years. So this job is very important to me. But I'm not the boss. I just try to do my job. And today, the tournament is not finished, the Afcon is not finished. And last game, and after, normally I will have some meeting with the NFF. We decide something. But me now, actually, like I said, I'm the coach of Nigeria. If nobody tell me, you have to stop here.
All right. The man actually said he's a fan. So many years he has been a fan of the Super Eagles. And this happens to be his biggest job as a coach. And he understands the responsibility that comes with it. That is very, very cool. And he says he's going to have a meeting with the NFF, who has said that they have made a decision. Definitely, he who pays the piper dictates the tune. That means the NFF doesn't have the final say because they are not the ones paying his salary. It's pretty difficult situation the NFF has put themselves because they decide to put themselves in that situation. But it is what it is. Eric Chelle, stay or go.
Well, Jerry, I mean, let me say encouraging words, good words, coming from the man himself. And I mean, if you are looking at what he has done, you would want him to stay. Seriously, you really want him to stay. He has actually shown during this time here so far that formations and tactics actually do matter to win games.
Unlike Finidi, Mayowa's coach.
As against the manager who said you just have to play. For me, I think the games, if you want to pick out games, you are free. Before you will say you can't use one game to decide somebody's fate, but this one you can pick games. Virtually all the games. I mean, the game against Benin Republic when it was looking very tough for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, maybe the one against South Africa, you can call out the mistakes he made and all of that. But of course, great managers are allowed to make mistakes. So great managers have made mistakes. So him on his way to becoming, a great manager will make some mistakes. So for me, I think Eric Chelle, good job he has done for the Super Eagles. This is the best, football Nigerians have seen in a while. And why would you want this to stop? But then it's not on him. Just like he said, it's on the people that are paying him. The people that are paying him that are not even sure they want to keep him. They're just coming out to say they've extended his contract. They announced bonuses paid to the players. Nobody's announcing any bonus paid to him. So for me, I think Eric Chelle, you see a job and you are going to the World. See, going to the World Cup is actually bigger than coaching the Super Eagles now. For me, going to the World Cup with maybe an Egypt or an Ivory Coast is bigger. So for me, it shows that you have done so well. This one that he has done with Super Eagles so far, this Afcon, is boosting his CV. So please, when you get a job, you are going to the World Cup, they are offering you more, and they are sticking by that promise to pay you more than what you are collecting now. I think you should be on your way.
Yeah. Quite it looks like you're sounding like it's an ultimatum. This and this, do this, do this, do that. But would it be a failure on the part of the NFF if they fail to keep Eric Chelle? Just like we saw in the case of Joseph Pesero, where we had to wait about 11 months before we got to a coach.
I think this is just a case of something they were not expecting to result this way. Maybe I think they hired him solely to be like a yes man for them to dance to their tunes. He has done that, but he has done it in a very good way that Nigerians
Very
are
smart
now,
way.
a smart way that Nigerians are now loving him. But Jerry, you can't keep owing. You can't keep doing this. It's a lesson. If an offer comes, you should go and teach them a lesson that, look, you can't always do this. Then if you want to hire somebody within the country that you know that you can control and you can do that. And trust me, when the results are not coming, Nigerians will come for you as expected. So right now, he is the one actually not making Nigerians to call out the NFF at this point. I hope you know. He and the players. He and the players, they are the ones. Okay, fine. We were enjoying a very, very lovely Afcon until the players said they don't want to play Algeria. Why? Because of the NFF. So now we're enjoying our football. Nobody's looking at the NFF, but you still refuse to pay these people. And it's not as if the money is not there. It is. Pay them and let everybody go on their way. It's a case of integrity here. And trust me, NFF and integrity over the years, over 3 to 4 decades, 5 decades now, they've shown that NFF and integrity, they are like on opposite ends of the pole. So this one is not on anything. If Eric Chelle, a team properly, they are seen, don't you think things will be following the situation? A lot of teams will be following the situation, even if it's not African teams. There are Asian teams that are aiming to get to the World Cup. There are European teams that might fire their manager before they get to the World Cup. I like what he's doing, building his CV with the team. Of course, it is there. The game against Morocco, yes, it's a blip, but it is there. He shouldn't stain what he has done. So for me, I think he should go on. If he sees a team, that is willing to, keep their promise and pay more than what he's getting now, even if they are paying what he's getting now, as long as it is consistent and they are willing to show the importance that he has to their team, leading them to the World Cup, he will do his job and lead them to the World Cup. He should go.
Yeah, say you should not stay with an Onigbese team. Okay? As far as the money is coming, as at when he needs it. Emmanuel Randron said he had issues with his family because he was not able to settle bills.
He lost his house.
Yeah.
Or almost lost his house.
Almost lost his home because
almost lost his home.
was giving them excuses that he was not being paid, and they were seeing him still coaching. And they asked, why don't you resign and focus on what
There's
giving
a
money?
long list of people that are being owed by the NFF.
Even
a long
dead
list of
and
people
alive.
that are even, people of blessed memory. And now this is somebody that is,
alive
for
currently.
me, he's a young coach in certain ways, in terms of experience. He's a young coach, from Mali to MC Oran, now the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Yes, you say, oh, you shouldn't hype him that much, but then when you have an opportunity, you take it. And he has done well with Super Eagles. I'm sure some people in the NFF are not expecting him to get to where he has been, to where he is now. So maybe some people are not expecting, because they gave him 2 years. There are even rumors that they want to even fire him after the Afcon. So instead of people to wait for them to do that, be on your way with a better team.
Wow.
It is not a matter of trying to let me say hate on the NFF or something. No, it is not that. It is just what it is. It's what they've proven themselves to be over the years. So please don't stain this man's CV. He has done well. You can't be owing this man. But they've owed people before him. So I mean, look at what we are saying about the NFF.
It's a thing. It's a thing with the NFF, and it's a thing in our country, Nigeria, where owing is a habit. But it's pretty sad to be identified with such tag. But anyway, let's talk about the African Cup of Nations. Ticketing issues have long plagued a major football tournament in Africa. Still, the situation surrounding the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco has escalated into what many fans now describe as an unprecedented crisis. With just hours to the final, the situation has become increasingly alarming. Match tickets have not only skyrocketed in price, but are now virtually impossible to obtain through official channels. Funds were first raised during the early stages of the tournament in Tangier, where Senegalese supporters reported sharp discrepancies between official prices and what was available on the ground. A fan said he bought a Category 1 ticket for 1,500 dirhams, and one fan revealed at the stadium nearly double the official price, which was estimated at about half that amount. And the sudden price inflation was soon followed by a complete shortage of tickets as the final approaches. The crisis has spread nationwide. Traditional ticket outlets no longer have access to tickets, while the official CAF ticketing platform currently shows no availability. And more troubling, however, is the silence from authorities. Neither the Confederation of African Football nor local Moroccan organizers have issued an official statement to clarify the situation or reassure fans. And of course, in the bid to make money, they fail to understand that the Afcon is big. You have to at least keep at least half of the tickets of the final till the day or 2 days to the final.
Yeah.
So they'll allow fans of teams that eventually make it to the final. Imagine let's say Tanzanian team makes it to the final.
Yeah.
That means you might not see any
Tanzanian fans in the stadium.
In the stadium, that would be unfair.
Yeah. I mean, I would have loved, Femi Fabumi to be here with us. I mean, he would have given us, the update on how it is. But remember, last time we spoke to him, Jerry, he mentioned something. He said some fans have already bought tickets to the finals. Some people have tickets to the finals or ahead. They have it already. So, I mean, for me, as much as I don't want to say this, it's looking more like a game plan. Look at what happened in the semi-final.
Yes, it
95%.
It allows holders and black market salesmen to want to shortchange people because they'll buy the original ticket, and when it gets to the final, they go to the stadium and start hawking it. That's what most touts do.
We don't want to make certain narratives right here, but I mean, when somebody is already buying tickets to the final down, but a Moroccan is already buying tickets to the final, just imagine they didn't qualify to the final. Will they still turn out or sell their tickets and make it sell of an empty stadium?
They'll sell their
so
tickets.
For me, I don't know, it's looking more like a game plan, but I just want to stop there and just put it there. But it's looking more like a game plan because, like I said, lack of transparency is really, really bad. And I don't, as much as I don't want this to happen, I feel like the Senegalese will face the same fate as the Nigerians. I don't think most of their fans will create about 2 to 3% of the entire fan atmosphere in that stadium. I don't think so. I think the Moroccans...
Because even the Morocco game, the Super Eagles Morocco game, Femi actually confirmed that a lot of fans were outside the stadium who could not make it
in a 68,000 seater stadium. Even the likes of Rafi Ladipo, thank God, I don't know. He said he was going to give us an update. We don't know eventually if he made it into the stadium.
Supporters Club, they'll give them a preference.
Of course. But
what about the others?
So people will have to even lobby for it. So for me, I think this has to stop. CAF needs to look into it. The Afcon is coming in 2027, 2028, and then in 4 years' time. If they want to be hosting, especially the 4 years, they should develop what is going on. Starting from this one, there should be transparency. Remember the goal line technology. There's still a lot to be done by CAF. And I think this one, they should start from this one too. I mean, you can't say because they are the host nations. Yes, I know they will want to get more, more seats in the stadium, but then other countries have fans as well.
All right. Of course, the lack of transparency has triggered growing concern in Senegal, where calls are imagined to discourage supporters from traveling to Morocco due to the absence of any guarantees of stadium access. All right. And of course, tension rose in Casablanca on the eve of the third place playoff at the 2025 African Cup of Nations as Egyptian journalists staged a walkout during a pre-match press conference ahead of Egypt's clash with Nigeria. The incident occurred earlier today during official media activities organized ahead of Saturday's encounter, with the emotions still running high following recent developments in the tournament. And sources at the venue confirmed that several members of the Egyptian media abruptly left the press conference room, creating an atmosphere of unease and speculation. Why the exact reasons behind the walkout were not immediately clarified, the action underscored the charged mood surrounding the competition, particularly as teams and stakeholders process the fallout from the latter stages of the tournament. They've been this tag that if you want to win the Afcon now, you have to host it.
It's beginning to look like it, right?
But it shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be so. I mean, transparency, just like we mentioned before. What does it mean? If you want to win the Afcon, you have to have the team that will win it, not that you have to be the host. Others are not there to joke. I mean, that's game, but I don't want to use the Nigerian-Morocco game as an example. I mean, we're saying something before we came on here. Remember Nigeria against Tunisia in 2004, right? It was a tense game, very, very tense game. Got to penalties, and yes, the Super Eagles lost and all of that. But then, it's just the quality on the side of maybe the Tunisians being higher than that of the Nigerians, even though they ended in penalties. But you could see then that when they went on, to claim that title, they did well. They played really, really well. Not that maybe they are being aided by the organization and all of that. We still don't know the story yet. It might come out sooner or later. But then we could see at the time that they played their football. Ivory Coast as well, when they changed, the manager, during the competition and brought in MS5, we saw the change in their football too. So for me, I think CAF, we can't go on like this. If you want, to win a tournament, let it be on a level playing ground and let people come out to say, look, your team played really well. Hardly will a team beat you for you to win this. Not being mad in controversy and
yeah. Would you think that Morocco will be a deserved champion if they eventually win the Afcon? Taking a look at all the discrepancies and all the talk about the organization of the competition.
Well, I'm fearing that if they get to win that final, they will win with some controversy. I'm fearing that because, Jerry, if you look at it, it's not one game, it's not two, it's not three. You've played 6 games and 5 out of those 6 have been married in controversy. Wow. It's been a lot of talking points from your very first game, dubious penalties, the second game as well, trying to change a referee's decision. In maybe the third game, yes, that one you could say that they defeated Zambia. Let's say that one was clean. Against Tanzania, you denied Tanzania a penalty. Game, yeah. Cameroon also came up with that. Ultimately leading to Eto'o being fined. Yeah. So now the Super Eagles of Nigeria, that's one. If it was one set of fans that that was complaining, it's like generally. Yeah. Even when there were no Nigerians were saying, look,
everybody cannot be wrong.
It was looking so obvious at some point. Look at the same foul that somebody got a yellow card for. That same foul was executed on him, and the person went away. 22 fouls, Jerry, no yellow.
No single yellow.
Only in Africa.
It only happens in African football.
Only in Africa.
All right, Morocco are hoping the backing of a fervent home support can help them overcome Sadio Mane's Senegal in Sunday's African Cup of Nations final as the host and favourites close in on the continental title for the first time in 50 years. Yeah.
Will you be watching?
I wouldn't even want to see that game. I think
no, you have to. Why? It's a final. It's top 2 teams in Africa. Number 1 against number 2.
I think I won't be interested.
Number 1 hosting number 2.
Maybe if I'm less busy.
Battle for supremacy.
If I'm less busy, I'll watch that.
Okay,
game.
if you get to watch it now.
Because I will not feel happy that if I watch the game and I see those conspiracies coming again, those controversies coming again, I think I'll be displeased.
Are you neutrally watching or it's watching?
I'll be neutral. I'm not going to watch the game because any game that has to do with Morocco, I think the Super Eagles game was the first game I really watched the Morocco game.
But you can't take anything from their football. We were outclassed on the day. Maybe the ref, maybe all their good work was undone by the ref. Their good work was undone. But they played well.
Imagine the ref didn't assist them.
They still played well.
They played well.
The Super Eagles didn't look like they came to the party, Jerry.
The Super Eagles, come on. You must give it to the defense of the Eagles.
You see, the defense, much talk on the tournament so far has been on the attack. Why are we giving it to the defense? It's because they were shooting the Moroccans.
That is a complete team. That even though you stop the attack and you think you want to apply the pressure on the defense.
But we've not seen the depth. We've not seen the depth in the defense. We don't know what's even going to happen in this Egypt game. Bassi is not playing.
Calvin Bassey, come on.
It felt like he was targeted, Jerry.
Calvin Bassey.
Yeah.
Even all what the ref tried to do to bring him down, he's too tall. I think he has earned my respect more. Though I respect him as a defender.
Absolutely.
He is a top class defender.
Absolutely.
Imagine that kind of pressure. Was able to hold his own, though he got a yellow card that was needless.
Yeah.
Because his performance was top notch.
Absolutely.
He was still able to play 120 minutes, and you could not see any fault, any mistake. Absolutely. It takes a top defender under such situation.
And not just him. Even Osai Samuel that you were expecting to be shaky.
What about nobody's talking about Shemi Ajayi? Shemi Ajayi was so. It was just like he was not there, but he was there.
Yeah, people were like, it's Calvin Bassey that's doing.
No, Shemi Ajayi was doing.
Area balls, he was clearing, he was making tackles.
Shemi Ajayi, fantastic, top class, level-headed defender.
Absolutely.
He was
like a Saliba and Gabriel. Gabriel was doing the dirty job, marking out.
Very top professional.
While Saliba, that's Shemi Ajayi now.
And you could see all they tried to commit to Osai Samuel too. They did everything.
I think I'll give it to Osai Samuel and
they did everything evil in the book against Osai Samuel, but he didn't bulge.
Yes, he didn't, but he bulged
at some point.
That dribble was dribble.
Of course, it had to happen.
Of course, it had to happen.
It had to happen. The Moroccans had players who had.
They were tired legs out there, you have to. That's where I want to fault Eric Chelle.
He was too.
It's like he was scared of those players.
He was scared of making substitutions. He was. He was scared of changing his pattern.
Ademola Lookman should have been off earlier.
Do you know?
Chukwueze should have been on earlier, way earlier.
The Moroccans succeeded in playing 3 defensive midfielders in front of the defense. 3 defensive midfielders.
How do you want to go through?
Come on.
How do you want to go through?
3 defensive midfielders. I had 3 defenders. Come on.
For me, I think
how are you going to make it?
Even their defender, their number 5, Naif Aged, Osimhen was not allowed to breathe.
Wait, 2 on him. You two on him like butter on bread.
So that's how the game panned out. I mean, Eric Chelle, I think that when you saw that that game wasn't going according to the tactics and the formation you planned, you could have changed it in game. You could have gone 4-3-3. If it's Simon and Chukwueze and an Osimhen, something can come out of it. Not sticking to that 4-4-2 diamond that wasn't really working. People were even still calling for Ejuke. Ejuke, has good dribbling skills. Maybe we'll see him, in the game against Egypt. Maybe we will see him, but then.
Shemi Ojoye, no. I think that guy, wow, is every coach's dream. Perfect football, perfect play, cool, calm, collected.
30 plus, age will soon be telling.
Yeah, I wish he was 25. I wish he was 25. Alongside
Benjamin Frederick is going to be back, by the way.
Yeah, Benjamin Frederick, another very, very interesting player. And of course, you're rooting for Morocco or Senegal?
For me, Senegal.
Yeah, Senegal all the way, please.
And this is not. Not me. It's watching. I'm not watching.
But if it's fair, Senegal should win.
If it's level-headed, if it's fair, I think Senegal should win.
We already have comments on the YouTube platform. This one says, "Keep Chelle, please." This is from Climate Wonders. Yeah. Okay, I think a lot of Nigerians will agree with Climate Wonders that Eric Chelle should be left in charge.
Should be.
And this one is from Chico Blocks. Thank you very much. He said, did any Nigerian referee participate? Okay, when did you say participate?
There was no Nigerian official. There was no Nigerian official.
In the last 15 Afcons, I don't think any Nigerian official has been.
This is where we should be learning.
The last 15, I think, since I started watching the African Nations, I've never seen a Nigerian center referee officiating. That is how many years now?
Maybe fourth official, but I've not seen a center. No. But this one...
No Nigerian has ever officiated any game in the African Nations.
No referee, no center referee. No fourth official, no linesman, no VAR.
Nothing. We are
no official.
We don't have a presence as far as officiating is concerned.
And we are seeing other teams.
And yet,
what is that telling us?
Giants of Africa. Giants of which Africa? Anyway, he says he just wants to know, I am not watching the final because of Morocco. They have been cheating from start. Lucky from Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Okay? Lucky. Yeah, I understand how you feel. A lot of Cameroonians feel hurt as well.
They were even coming out to say they warned.
Yeah.
They warned you.
Yeah, even
they were coming out to say they warned us on social media. They were saying that they warned us.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, you lost because you were not that good." But they were saying that you will see it.
From Newcastle, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Anyway, this was Skillful Sports. It says the Morocco Arab Cup winner and still hoping to be African Nations Cup winner. Wow.
It's like Morocco is CAF's headquarters. That was what
CAF headquarters right
was saying. That's what Shola was saying. That it's looking like you are headquarters at this point. But I won't blame them for that because over like the past 5-6 years or even a decade, they've shown that they are the only ones that could step up.
South Africa
they have the facilities.
South Africa is stepping up in time.
Yes, but remember when South Africa said the World Cup to tournaments were taken to South Africa too.
And not like this.
Now
Morocco
has stepped up.
South Africa was not like this. At least they hosted the Afcon and we did see all this kind of...
But they have the facilities, Jerry. Have you seen? These are World Cup standard stadiums.
South Africa also has the facilities. They've hosted World Cup, come on.
Of course.
But South Africa will not do this. South Africa will not do this. So, Morocco should not be as if they have done what has never been done before.
That's why I'm saying I don't want all their good work to be undone because they are playing good football.
It's already undone.
They are playing good football, to be honest. If you look at the level of football, they are playing good football, but all this one will just spoil everything.
Chico Boss says that Nigerian whole back line were excellent. God bless the Super Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah, we agree with you.
Yeah.
Skilled Sports says Ajayi knows his job. Kudos. Ajayi is like Uche. Okay, Chuku. Yeah. Very calm, collected.
Yeah, the calm one.
The calmness and always doing his business. Chico Boss says, Anchors, it's a shame that Nigeria referees, because of their bad performance at the NPFL and poor politics by NFF, lucky from Newcastle again. Okay? We know the story. Definitely. You're just buttressing it. Yeah.
Someone asked me when if a Nigerian referee is going to the World Cup.
Which World Cup?
When the national team is not going to the World Cup.
They've never officiated beach soccer. you are talking of
we have a long
even
way
the Afcon.
We have a long way to go.
Why not? Let's start with Afcon, or let's say Chan. Let's even start with Chan.
We have referees.
Yeah, just shadow referees. Shadow referees. Anyway, let's take it up. Let's go about the Golden Boot. There's going to be the bout for the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
We hope that.
That's why the question is if Osimhen is going to start against Egypt.
Because he should start. I know Osimhen wants to start because he wants to score goals.
He limped out of that game against Morocco.
The Osimhen I know.
Yeah.
Because of the Golden Boot, he will want to start.
Don't you think Chelle should just chop and change? I don't know. I don't want to call it a dead rubber. I don't want to call it a dead rubber.
Don't look like you are throwing away the third place game. They should go for it.
No, if you are shown earlier that your strength in depth is there for you to overcome the Ugandans, of course you can depend on that depth to defeat Egypt too.
All right, let's see how on Brahim Diaz 5 goals. He looked worn out. I think Chukwueze and Calvin Bassey and Semi Ajayi
made him was fantastic.
They made him just look like an ordinary striker.
But I think he will still get the player of the tournament.
Player of the tournament.
Yeah.
Brahim Diaz.
Yeah.
I think not.
But if Sadio Mane, Sadio Mane, of course, Sadio Mane, for me, he has had a fantastic Afcon.
Yeah.
Yes, most times on the periphery, most times being the auxiliary, being the assistant.
And favorite Morocco is going to come in.
So to try and shot
Mane. To make sure they give it to a Moroccan player.
You might get the golden boot at the end of the day. You might get the golden boot.
If he doesn't get the golden boot,
if Osimhen does not score, he gets the golden boot.
If they give him the golden boot and still yet Sadio Mane won the Afcon, they'll still want to give him.
Of course, he deserves it. Let's see how it's all pan out.
If Sadio Mane captains and wins the Afcon, and Brahim Diaz gets the golden boot, he'll still be giving the MVP to Brahim Diaz.
I'll be giving it to Sadio Mane.
What if they give it to Brahim Diaz and say, since he got
we'll talk about that's why we are here. We'll come and talk about it.
All right. We'll see how the Golden Boots race continues this weekend in the third place game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Pharaohs of Egypt. And of course, the game between the Teranga Lions of Senegal and the Atlas Lions of Morocco. All right, let's talk about the Manchester derby because of time. Michael Carrick will step into the dugout as Manchester United's interim manager for the first time in Saturday's Manchester derby at Old Trafford, and is tasked with steadying a side that has stumbled through another bleak winter. Yeah, that's the hottest job, the most difficult situation to find yourself. Your first job against Manchester City.
I mean, this is even one of the longest times to play Manchester City at this point. Yes, they drew to Brighton, but when you actually see the way they play their football, look at what they did to Exeter City, 10-1. Look at what they did to Newcastle. Antoine Semenyo has slotted in perfectly, and now they're on the verge of signing a certain Maguire. So this is not the time we want to play Manchester City at this point, especially with a weakened Manchester United side. Though they will be buoyed with the fact that Amad Diallo and Brian Mbeumo.
Will they be back?
Yeah, they'll be back. What are they doing?
You have no choice.
They are back, and of course they had fantastic, Afcon, both of them. So maybe this is time for them to come back and steady the ship. But first game, there's this talk about manager bounce, but sometimes your manager will come and they will bounce you.
And they will come and be beaten.
You'll be beaten. So
ask the Darren Fletcher.
But sons. Then
Darren Fletcher and Sons.
I don't want to
family
go there.
Problem.
I don't want to
they
go there.
started with family problem.
I don't want to go there.
Family problem.
I think Michael Carrick is somebody that, yes, there's this talk of the Manchester United DNA and all of that.
Darren Fletcher doesn't have it.
What? Darren Fletcher?
Doesn't have the DNA. His own DNA is adulterated.
Jerry, please. It's not me you're going to do this to. But I just feel like, yes, we don't know what might happen. He has coached them before as an interim manager, just like a caretaker manager. He oversaw 3 games. He won 2 and drew 1. Maybe this time around, he will come and just look at where the team is seriously lacking. For me, I'm still saying that it's beyond any manager at this point. From top to bottom, Manchester United looks to be getting rotten by the day. So for me, I think they should fix all of that first and not just put all of this on the manager. And as for Manchester City, they'll be looking to catch, the league leaders, Arsenal, who are visiting Nottingham Forest, later in the weekend. So for me, I think it's going to be a big game. This game sometimes you really can't know what to expect. Sometimes it's usually like a one-way traffic for Manchester City. Sometimes Manchester United will just come in and this was a game that Ruben Amorim it seemed like he was winning.
There's one chance for Semenyo. Semenyo wants to impress.
Of course he wants to impress. Of course,
and he knows his way around Squadron United too.
Yeah, for Bournemouth, he was doing that. He was doing that.
You fancy stealing the headlines in this
I'm thinking that it's going to be a close game. Maybe we are going to see that new manager bounce. Maybe there's this talk of around the environment at Old Trafford being toxic. Maybe Michael Carrick can
It's going to be at the Etihad, right?
No, it's going to be at Old Trafford. It's at Old Trafford. At Etihad,
it's a good ground for away teams. Yeah, away teams have been having fun.
Stop. There are some teams that haven't won there, and you know those teams. Jerry, let's go.
All right. Okay. City's draw cost them a precious point in the title race. Okay, title race, and of course, beating League One side, Exeter.
10-1 was a demolition.
They won't allow them to score one. Wow. Okay.
They scored one after City has scored 9.
Okay, and 2-0 League Cup semi-final win over Newcastle United on Tuesday. And Guardiola's side is on form. And despite the injuries, I hear they've also got Maguire in.
On the verge of getting Maguire. I think that's a good one for them. Ruben Diaz and a certain Baggio, they are injured now, even John Stones. So getting Maguire, Liverpool fans, and I'm sure they will be very, very happy.
Race has just because of this signings, Semedo and Goi?
Of course. I mean, you know how Pep does. He strengthens his team. They are really taking this, title race very, very seriously. But this game against Manchester United, whatever comes out of it, it's going to put that pressure on Arsenal too, or it might reduce the pressure on Arsenal. If City should get to lose, Arsenal will want to go into that game against Nottingham Forest at the City ground with a clearer head. But then it's obviously showing that this Premier League title season is between two teams. It's a two-horse race.
All right, Manchester City and Arsenal.
Aston Villa looks to have fallen by the wayside, but they're still coming. Aston Villa.
Arsenal should be able to win their game this weekend
against Nottingham Forest. City ground has been a place where Arsenal has not really been lucky recently, but then they can go there and get a win.
All right, I wish them all the best. And of course, we want to appreciate all those who have been dropping their comments on our YouTube platform. And before we go, Chico Boss says that when we go grow up for Africa. Okay, he uses the pigeon. I did shame as a Nigerian where I am. Lucky again from Newcastle. This one says, watch out for football heist on Sunday, starring Morocco. Okay, wow, that would be a good movie.
Let's hope it's a free and fair game.
That would be a good movie. Can they need to be free and fair when it comes to these North Africans?
Let's see. We'll see.
I don't think so.
All eyes on that game.
Free and fair election is never.
It's not synonymous with Africa.
Yeah, Africa is synonymous with free and fair, but when it comes to the North Africa.
How many African countries have free and fair elections?
No, let's talk about football. North Africa takes it extreme. Extreme. See what they did to the Super Eagles in Libya. That's a perfect example. Okay, and this one says, all Nigerians supposed to join hand to force the NFF to keep Eric Chelle, and they don't need to force them. If they like, they should keep Eric Chelle.
Yeah, of course. When the backlash comes, they will face it.
Yeah, they will fix it. Okay. Anyway, you can't shame the shameless. They did that with Pesero. We won't know how they handled that. All right, big thanks to our guys behind the scene, talking about likes of Adura, not leaving out, talking about Paul, Ikechukwu, as well as Manfred, who has been awesome today. And of course, big thanks to Fizz, all the best this weekend against Nottingham. And all the best against Egypt as well.
Of course, I think I'll be pitching my tent with Super Eagles. Let's go for bronze.
Bronze all the way. How many bronze now?
You should be having like 5 to 6.
What are 5? We have a lot of bronze.
We have a lot of bronze.
Yeah, the bronze nation. Okay. My name is Jerry Apello.